I was right about the fucking Emmys, right? So I don't know. We must have just got fucked on that story, I guess.
Well, I guess, I was trying to figure it out.
I couldn't figure it out.
The 12th or the 15th or something. Because
that was before our show.
The Sunny people presented.
But all the stories I saw were for last week and made it seem like it was. That's crazy. That's weird. I don't fuck the Emmys anyway. Fuck television.
Yeah, it had pretty low.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
I'm going to turn this down a little bit. There we go. Get my whole forehead in there.
Okay. All right. Now
I had to be remote because of the snow.
Yes, it is the GeekZip podcast.
That's why you said your shirt was appropriate. Now I get it.
Get it?
I thought you meant like something happened in wrestling.
I'm wearing it because there's fucking 3 feet of snow on the ground and the roads are shit and it's really cold. It is the GeekZip podcast. Ryan Zip coming at you from the Zip Cave, Huntington, West Virginia. Christian is coming at us from Lewis Manor out in Spring Valley, about 10 minutes from me, but probably about an hour and a half from me if he tried to get over here today. Because, like I said, there is a great amount of snow on the ground, and I know that the nation is apparently suffering from fucking day after tomorrow shit.
Well, I got a long driveway, so it's hard for me to even get out without shoveling.
Yeah, originally you were on the fence with it, right? And you were like, I think I'm gonna come, and I was like, well,
I thought about it because this we had like a little backhoe in the backyard where they're digging out where the concrete's falling in and the steps to the basement. So they had like a little backhoe with treads on it, and they kind of drove that out of the yard.
Oh, okay. You gonna get in it?
Driveway.
So you were going to get in it and plow the driveway? That was your plan?
No, I was hoping that the treads were wide enough for a car, but they were not. I still would have had to shovel quite a bit.
You were just going to follow the treads. So that's what it was. So, but people, so like none of your relatives have come and gone, like since the snow.
Not since yesterday's snow.
I guess that makes sense. I guess.
I mean, we had it pretty. My dad had it pretty shoveled before yesterday's snow.
You are fucking sad, bro.
He didn't even ask me. I didn't even know he did it, dude.
You are not working. You don't do shit. You're a 40-year-old man, and your goddamn fucking 65-year-old dad is out there shoveling snow. You should be ashamed of yourself.
It. What can I say?
I
feel ashamed, dude. I feel bad. There's nothing I can do about it, though. So hey, why feel bad about it?
As long as you're ashamed, you don't have to feel bad. You just have to be ashamed.
I'd be happy to help him, but we only have one pair of boots.
I mean, it's not like I've been out shoveling snow, so I mean, I can't talk a whole bunch of shit. I've barely gone out. All right, so let's talk turkey. Don't forget, join us online through social media, on our Facebook channel, on Instagram. I think we did have a Twitter account. I never check it. And so you can follow us on there, podomatic.com/GeekZip podcast. That's PODOMATIC.com/GeekZip podcast, all one word. And we will be happy to make you a geek with us. So we got a good show for you today. Got a lot of stuff to get through, but you know how we do it first. We talk about our weeks and what we've been doing. Did you get over to see Godzilla -1?
No, my family went, but I didn't want to have to do all the reading.
What was your? Oh, it's actually it's captioned, right? Okay, so it's. I thought they dub it. I don't know.
I think it's subtitled. I'm not sure.
I thought it'd be dubbed. I mean, like Shin Godzilla was dubbed when I saw it, so I don't know. Maybe. What did your family say about it? What did they say? Thoughts?
They liked it. They liked the humans.
Yeah. I'm telling you, what I saw of the human story was incredible. I mean, it's like, of course, I'm thinking about it. I've never really seen a bad, foreign film of that era. You know what I mean? So it's like, because that part of the world, that was a shitty time. I'm talking about like Hiroshima and wars and all that shit, and that's what it
doesn't get much worse than that,
dude. I mean, they went through hell. There's no doubt about it. And then you got Godzilla on top of that. Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, great. That's what I do. If I saw Godzilla coming in post-war Japan, I'd be like, great. That's all I'd say, because that's all you can say.
My computer updated, and now it gives me email notifications again. It used to not. I did that for a while.
My computer would never stop doing it if I got email notifications on my computer. It would never stop dinging. It would just be like, ding, 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 ding.
Well, it doesn't make a noise. It just pops up at the bottom of the screen, fortunately.
That's even worse.
I do mute that stuff, though. I'm still playing Spider-Man. I'm still? Dr. Ock, he turned bad, dude. That Sinister came out.
Yeah. You're getting crazy. Close. You're getting close.
Yeah.
I will say, since you love to spoil shit, the villain is a total letdown. The main.
Are you talking about Mr. Negative?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Total letdown. You're like,
he looks cool though.
He looks pretty cool. I mean, he looks like he whoop your ass, but yeah, you wipe the fucking floor with him.
He takes you to like the negative zone.
Like that matters. You're Spider-Man. You rely on spider sense.
I don't know, man. Some of these guys are tough.
Some of them are tough. Yes, that's true. Well, it's just like with Batman and goddamn Clayface. Let's not forget that. All right. So I actually, on Game Pass, I'm always up to date on the Game Pass. I'm always looking for games that I can play.
Yeah, you need to try this Pokemon survival game called Pal World.
Not interested.
You got millions of players, dude.
I mean, I don't like you. This goes all the way back to Final Fantasy. I don't like those
Pokemon with guns.
Don't care.
It's not turn-based.
I've heard about this. It is turn-based. They're always turn-based. Every Pokemon game I've ever seen is turn-based.
This one is not a Pokemon game. It's a knockoff.
I actually did read about this and saw an image that looked like Pikachu got blown up and replaced with a bunch of guns.
Well, yeah, and you can eat your Pokemon, and apparently you can capture other humans and force them into Pokemon.
What's this game called?
I think it's called Pal World.
Battle World?
Pal. P-A-L.
Pal World. Pal.
Pan World. Pan?
Like Al Pal.
Like panned. Like pal. Like they're your pals.
Like Sergeant Al Pal.
Like Yoda is my
Allie.
pal.
Shut up. Go lay down.
Oh, it's like a pal like Allie.
Allie is a pal, but she's being a pest.
Oh, pest the pal.
Go lay down. You got the couch today. Go on.
It's gonna be funny if my dogs could hear Allie barking, they might start barking.
Oh, we'll start a chain going, right?
Yeah, for sure.
She's such a good girl. She walks over the cords and shit. I know that's a pain in the ass for her because this room is very corded. Once everything's said and done. All right. Anyway, where were we? Okay. I have been playing the Assassin's Creed Valhalla game. I have not played. I have not played Assassin's Creed in a long time, and it is vastly different than it used to be.
Yeah.
I am not far in the game. I will say the visuals are incredible, but I mean, it's a damn video game in the 21st century. When do they not look incredible?
It's pretty fun, though. Yeah, I like the new style game. I never played the old Assassin's Creed.
The old Assassin's Creed relied a lot more on strategy, right? And that's just, unfortunately, the generation doesn't have enough fucking attention to have that kind of patience to sit and wait in a haystack and kill somebody for like 5 minutes. They just can't. Their little brains can't take it.
I don't want to sit there and do stealth, dude. That's
I don't either. Yeah, and it was. I remember that was like one of the. I was like, this is a great game, except for the gameplay.
It's like Batman. I don't want to sit here and wait on criminals, dude.
Just Clayface just kept running over me and running over me and running over me. Anyway, it is very fun though. Like I said, I'm not that far. I have gotten to the part where you start to switch between the current timeline and the ancient timeline. That was like the first part. You get to drive ships and shit. I mean, it's not very intricate, but it's cool. You can get in the boat and point directions, and they fucking row, and you can follow it and shit like that.
Don't they sing songs too, like Viking songs sometimes?
Dude, here's the thing about that. I think they do because it gives me options on the bottom of the screen. I can skip the song, or I can change over to like a story, and they start telling stories. Problem is, I don't play video games with the volume up because I'm doing something else usually, right? Or I'm listening to records, or fucking. I'm embarrassed. I've got a show or something or a movie playing in the back that I'm kind of watching.
That's all right. AK doesn't listen to video games.
Same thing. So I think that's correct, but I can't confirm with certainty because I've never heard the fucking game. I don't even know what I sound like. I could sound like a 12-year-old girl in the game for all I know.
You're Wolf Kiss, dude. That Wolf Kiss.
Yeah, I'm Wolf Kiss Tears or some shit like that. But no, it's pretty fun, and I think I'm going to stick with it for a while and just.
Apparently, it's too long of a game. People play
it. Is, dude. Like, I mean, it's like
hundreds of hours of gameplay if you wanted to.
Dude, games like that, and Red Dead's one of those games. Where the story may end, but you can keep playing forever. I mean, there's really no end to it. It's just all in what you want to deal with, because then it doesn't become as exciting because you beat the game. And, you've kind of made that accomplishment and what have you. So, no, but it's fun. It was okay. It was good. And I've been playing it. What game? I'm really looking forward to that pirate game that's coming out. Have you seen that one? The one that's supposed to be where you're like a pirate and you like have your own ship and shit. Have you seen this? Do you know what I'm talking about? No.
No.
Okay. It may be an Xbox thing.
There's a few pirate games out there, but I've just never.
Well, Sammy plays that Sea of Thieves game, and that just looks a little kiddie to me. I know there's the Black Sails game, right? Is that what it's called? Black Sails or some shit? Or maybe that's a show. I don't know. All right.
There's
anyway.
the Black Pearl dude in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, I know that. The Black Pearl and Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, Jack Sparrow.
The day you almost...
Where's that game at?
The day you almost caught Jack... There's probably a shitty PS2 version of it. Where it's probably like fucking a screen slider like Mario. Scroll, whatever. Okay, what
running around trying to get the rum, dude.
So I've noticed, with our group chat and Facebook, apparently you and I had the drop on the Natalia Grace show. People are just now kind of discovering it. Whereas you watched it first, total credit, like a month ago, and you told me about it, and I was like, okay. And it was the craziest fucking description I can imagine. You sold that show. They should hire you for their marketing. Max should.
It sells itself, dude.
Not really. No, not really. Not if I pass that shit and saw the images that I see on Max and the description, I'd be like, this sounds dumb as fuck.
I don't know, man. They were like, here's this freak. Watch this show.
Yeah. So well, no.
Oh, it's like poverty. Watching people that are poor.
It's like watching a car wreck.
Help it.
Watching a car wreck. It's like you're not going to turn away. So
they don't report on the plane landing. They report on the plane crashing. For a reason, dude. We're
getting deep. All right, what you been watching?
I can't remember really. I watched that other new documentary, that American Nightmare. I'd never heard anything about that.
Morrison talked about that on the chat last night. So there's a couple.
It's a three episode show on Netflix about this Gone Girl hoax kidnapping.
Did you say Dawn? Or
yeah, you know the Gone Girl movie with Ben Affleck?
Oh, Gone Girl. Okay, see, I thought you were saying Dawn like the new Dawn.
Dawn Girl.
Dawn Girl.
Dawn Girl with the Dawn Girl. You got a strong girl. No
girl of the dawn. The dawn of the girl. All right, anyway.
Dong. Girl of the dong.
I can't make that the title.
No, don't do that. Jeez.
Even though it's
probably
great.
Just got demonetized, dude. Like we're getting money from this.
I was about to say, what does monetize mean? I don't know. Anyway.
Monetize me.
Gone Girl. Go ahead. American Nightmare. Gone Girl. Go ahead.
Well, so apparently that Gone Girl movie, I've never seen that. Have you seen that?
Like once. It was really good. But yeah, I haven't
It's
seen
about
it.
some girl that like finds out her husband's cheating, and so she fakes a kidnapping, and then like she frames him for her murder, but she's still alive. So anyway, that movie came out around this time. There was a kidnapping, and the cops were all just like, "Oh yeah, this is a hoax. They weren't kidnapped." They're like, and then they find out that yeah, they were kidnapped. You guys.
So they were kidnapped, or they weren't.
They were kidnapped.
Okay.
They caught the kidnapper later. But the cops still didn't want to be it. They were like, no, we're not going to investigate. It's case closed.
Why?
These people just make it up. I don't know.
Why are they saying this?
I don't know. It made the cops sure look like idiots.
That's what I'm sitting here thinking.
They also were like, oh, you were sexually molested when you were younger. Apparently, people that were molested like to make up stories about being molested to relive the thrill. Like that's something the police are quoted as saying too.
Where is this and what police force?
They're just like, that's why I was like, apparently they're just like, anytime somebody's like, yeah, I was raped, they're like, were you? Were you though?
Really?
Was it a dream?
You think? Jesus Christ, that's horrible.
Oh,
no,
yeah,
I want to watch it. Like I said, we got to a little discussion about what we were kind of watching last night.
I don't think it was as good as Natalia Grace.
No,
but
nothing's good as Natalia Grace. That is
it doesn't suck you in like that one.
No, absolutely not. Did you watch? Did we already talk about it? Did you watch the new True Detective?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
It's cool.
Good start. I need to see more. Yeah, I need to see more. Good character establishment.
Supernatural.
It's looking that way. See, because Kush asked me that, because we were kind of talking, and we have since gone back and started season 1. God damn. I mean, it just never gets old. But like,
she's awake, dude. That guy had a seizure, and they're saying she's awake in that new show.
Oh yeah.
And they all just disappeared, and they kept playing the Beatles song.
Yeah, and it freaked out Jodie Foster. I love how
doing good.
I love how the other cops just let it play and didn't give a shit.
Well, they were like, I can't. They said kind of tried.
Well, Ferris Bueller's a good movie, but that scene doesn't particularly last that long, so I don't know why it keeps on that scene for hours. Jodie's doing great. Yeah, her acting not skipped a beat. The new girl, look, I'm gonna go old man right now. I'm gonna go straight old man. The fucking earrings in the cheeks. I'm not a fan, ladies. Sorry. I'm sorry. If I turn you off to the show, I'm sorry. Your choice is your choice, and that's beautiful. I just don't like it.
Could be a lot worse.
Could be worse. Could be a lot worse. You're right. And she's a very attractive female. What's her name? You're good with the names. I don't know. God damn it. Attention. The other one, other than Jodie Foster, the black lady, and it was just
they're looking for that lady with her tongue. They found her tongue.
Yeah, tongue on the floor. People disappeared, and
then a ghost.
Don't fucking spoil it. Why do you gotta spoil everything?
It's the first episode.
But people may be waiting like you do for the whole show to come out.
Well, they still know what's going to happen in the first episode. It's going to show the big, massive bodies.
You're right. It's just like with season 1 and the girl with the antlers. That was a big shocker on the first episode, and that was like their marketing campaign. So, yeah, again, good start, good solid. But anyway, going back to my point, Kush was asking me, is this like a fucking ghost story? What is this? And I was like, well, it's not made by Nick Paluzzo. Is that Pizzuto or whatever his name is? The guy that made the first the series True Detective as we know it, season 1, 2, and 3. This is actually based off that series. I had to read about this because I was like, does this connect? Because a couple
Did
of
any of them?
Yes. At one point in season 2, they do mention the investigation that Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey were on in the prior season. Now, it is not a big moment, a big fucking conversation. It is mentioned as part of a long explanation of that season's plot. But that's the only time I've seen it connected. And then also, I forgot about this. Season 3, same thing. They reference season 1 because if you recall, season 3 involves the kidnapping of children. And, that was heavily influenced on season 1. But season 1 has some of the most complex and amazing character development that I've seen in anything. And I just love going back and watching that first season. But Night Country, a good start. I would recommend you watch it. It is now available on Max. I think new episodes drop, Sundays at 9? Is that right?
Sunday,
9 o'clock. Sometime. 9 o'clock Eastern, I believe, is the time, and you can check that out. So I went back and what sparked this? Oh, Bourne Identity was on sale for $5. Oddly enough, I had the other two, but did not have the first. So I think it was just always available on something, if I remember right. And so I bought it, watched the first one. That immediately sent me down the road. Now I'm on the third one, watching the end of it.
You're watching the action movie.
I'm into the Bourne, so that Christian's right. That'll inevitably lead me down the road to more action films. Me and Kush watched. She did Big Trouble in Little China for the first time. What a delight it is watching that movie for the first time with someone. That was just a great experience. I should have recorded it. I was nervous because Kush is not big on. I mean, she likes comic book stuff and sci-fi and creepy shit and all that stuff, but if it gets too much of those genres, it starts to kind of get lost on her. And what I told her, the way I sold her on it was, I said, if you're not absolutely fucking in love with Kurt Russell's character in the first 10 minutes of this movie, you're not gonna like it. If you can love him in the first 10 minutes, the rest of the movie is fucking great. Because I strongly think he's the reason that movie is great. Of course, James Hong and Kim Cattrall and all the other great performances in that film, of course. But I mean, Kurt Russell really
the monster,
put that on his back.
The Raiden guy,
she laughed at monsters, right? She laughed at the practical effects, the thing coming out of the fucking wall in the underground when they're walking. She laughed at that shit. And she loved Kurt Russell's freak outs, when he would freak out from being scared or whatever.
Was she impressed at his knife throwing skills?
Dude, when he threw that knife out of his boot, she fell on the ground laughing. Like there's a scene, if for those that may have not seen this movie, there's a scene where he bends down to get a knife out of his boot, and he's so fucking pumped with adrenaline because they're fighting. He accidentally throws the knife across the room as he's trying to get it out of his boot. And she loved that stuff, like where he pushes. Then later on in the film, he pushes the knife in his boot and he kills somebody that's fallen on him, and gets stuck. Like he can't get the fucking guy off of him. She loved that slapstick shit, and so I kind of figured she would. So that was an amazing experience. Is once again watching a movie as iconic for guys like us with someone for the first time is just a really fun experience.
Has Sam seen it?
Big Trouble?
Yeah.
I don't know he's there yet. He's close. I mean, what was he watching with me the other day? Where I was like, oh, Sam's watching this.
That's probably always fun watching movies with him too.
Yeah, it's fun. It is fun. But see, a lot he wants to watch a lot of the newer shit too. Deservedly so. I wasn't really
show him the classics.
Well, I mean, the classics were forced on me, so I don't know why I can't force them on him.
Yeah. What's up with that?
But we all know that things change through time, so.
He's got his own screen, dude. He doesn't need your screen.
He doesn't need it, yeah. His technology has vastly surpassed whatever I had to work with. All right. You got anything else that you've been doing you want to discuss or talk about?
No, not really.
All right, let's get into the show. You brought this up last week, but I definitely wanted to spend more time on it because it was such an iconic role. Peter Crombie, the actor who played Crazy Joe Davola on the series Seinfeld, passed away at age 71. Now, this actually happened on January 13th, which was, I think, the day or maybe the day before we recorded last week. So I wasn't able to put it in the show, but Christian caught it. This guy's been in a couple movies that I've seen. I know he was in Seven. He was the fucking, what do you call it? Forensics guy that would come to the crime scene after the murders. Very minor bit parts. He's also starred in The Doors. I know he was in that. He was like one of the club owners, I believe. I want to say he was he in one of the X-Men movies as the fucking guy? He looks just like him.
He does.
I feel like he played that guy in one of the other Marvel movies, but I could be completely wrong. So anyway, all our warmest wishes to his family and friends. He acted for a long time, and he had a brief illness and tragically passed away.
It wasn't a mental illness either.
No.
Crazy.
No. It was a medical illness.
For a second, I read it as mental illness after reading the word crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Speaking of crazy, so this was crazy, fucking nuts. Apparently, Hulk Hogan is now a bona fide superhero. Last week, there was a serious car accident that Hulk Hogan witnessed that resulted in a woman being flipped upside down in her car. And he actually jumped in, I guess, to help the driver get out, or check on her at least. He pulled over. He had a friend, unnamed friend. This happened in Clearwater, Florida. And, look. I understand why this made headlines, but I would hope that anyone would do that. If you see a car flip over in front of you, obviously the first thing you do is verify your safety and the safety of any loved ones or people that may be with you. But yeah, then you go check on the other fucking person. I mean, is that not how it's done anymore? I'm asking.
Sometimes I don't have a chance to stop.
But I mean, a car flips over in front of you. I think that would trump anything you may be going to do or have to do. I don't know.
Well, maybe. I mean, if we're on the highway, I don't know, dude. I'd just speed right by it.
If it happened right in front of you, you wouldn't stop at all.
It'd be dangerous to stop.
No, what did I say the first time? I said, if you're on the highway or something, you would pull over. They have what's called a shoulder, Christian. It's not meant to just drive off like you do.
I don't know. That's
you pull off to the shoulder.
I'm not getting on the shoulder.
Okay. That's fine. That's what I'm asking. I would do that. If I saw a car flip over in front of me, I would try. I think I would try to help.
If we were on a city street, yeah. If there's a place to park where there's not cars going 80 miles per hour around me.
Right. Maybe that's why Hulk is being crowned a hero, because you share the popular opinion.
I don't know if it's a popular opinion.
Well, I mean, I think that's why this story was so gripping, because,
Hulk's seen worse too, dude, than 80 mile per hour cars flying at him.
He's used to 80 mile per hour car crashes, just not literally.
He's out there leg dropping them, dude. And
I thought, dude, don't think I didn't think all this shit in my head when I was picturing the scene of him ripping his shirt before he goes down in there to save the woman. Oh God. Anyway, good job, Hulk. You the man, buddy.
He's like, "Are you okay, brother?"
Yeah. Well, then that was the joke, that went across the internet, was everything, brother. So yeah, that's the story.
That was a bad crash, brother. Dogs quit.
Oh shit! Did you see Grayson Waller fucking go insane?
I heard about it, and then I watched it because you have it on our list.
Oh God, dude, what?
It wasn't that bad. It
wasn't that bad, but I mean, it wasn't that bad. But he was just being stupid. You know, you know what I mean?
I don't know. I think he was in the right, dude. That stupid camera guy came up shadowboxing like he was gonna do something. That's insulting.
Dude.
But I mean, we've seen a lot of worse reactions from wrestlers.
Oh, no. I'm not saying what he did is like earth shattering or will end his career or any shit like that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, you know,
LA Knight looked upset too, dude.
Well, he was just annoyed probably because they were only there to promote Elimination Chamber, and now it's going to be this big fucking thing. You know, I think the trick to surviving when you're a star like athletic or movie or what is just fucking do it and leave. Don't point any attention in your direction that you're not asking for.
So they should have done the finisher on the guy like the host wanted?
No, but I mean, you know, I definitely think like LA Knight did that Waller could have, you know, done it in a more professional manner. These guys are professional wrestlers. Well, I don't know. I wasn't there.
I think LA Knight was proud of him for standing up for him.
Well, you know, I mean, that's fine. And again, from the wrestlers,
those hosts were being ridiculous.
You're talking about, they were, and I don't deny that at all. I do not deny that they were being ridiculous and being stupid, and they were totally in the wrong for what they did. But I'm saying
you're trying to say that they should have acted like they
no. I'm not saying that they shouldn't have said anything and stopped it and put an end to it.
Saying they should not do anything.
Oh my God. Whatever. Never mind. Jesus Christ. Can't even get. I'm going to have to mute your ass to fucking get a word in.
You should have punched that guy in the mouth, dude, like that kangaroo.
That's what I'm saying. Professionals don't square up on motherfucking camera operators and goddamn TV studios when they're professional fucking wrestlers that are wrestling in front of hundreds of thousands of people for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Okay? That's what I was trying to say. God damn.
Yeah, dude, like Grayson Waller should not let down professional wrestling with money on the line like that.
Right.
I don't know who he is, dude.
What's it about, Christian? It's about the money.
Like he's Roman Reigns or anything.
No, it isn't. And that's another point. Why would you fucking do this when you're on your way up and coming?
To get up and coming, dude.
Horseshit.
This is going to bring good attention to him. You just got another weird wrestling take.
Whatever.
Zip's insane take of the week.
Nobody can hear my fucking take because I can't get a fucking word in.
They all heard it.
Yeah, after I made it. Anyway, we got the clip online. You can make your decision there. Why is this thing fucking keep sliding? Again, whatever. Your opinion's your opinion. I just think, you know, if you're a professional anything, you have to be professional. Just my opinion.
I don't think he was unprofessional.
Standing up and squaring off with some fucking jerk off in a fucking TV studio and fucking wherever the fuck they were is professional.
I didn't see him squaring off.
He didn't stand up and square off with the dude?
He stood up. He didn't square off with him.
Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter is reporting that the plan now for WrestleMania 40 is going to be Rollins versus Punk. Now, I don't know if this is before he got hurt or after he got hurt, because we are getting reports that Seth Rollins did have a pretty bad injury. I think the MCL is what I heard, maybe.
And a torn meniscus.
Okay. So, yeah, he's not in very good health right now. So, I think they're keeping it kind of open-ended, so to speak, but you know, it's all in what you believe with Uncle Dave. And you know, but he's usually has pretty good ears on the ground and all the companies. So there's that as well. So we'll see what happens at the Royal Rumble, and we'll see what happens at WrestleMania. I totally think Punk will win the Rumble, or he'll feud with whoever does win. We have a report here that, much like he did last year, Roman Reigns, the current undisputed WWE champion, after WrestleMania 40, whoever he may face an extended absence from WWE television. This has kind of brought up the conversation again about old versus new and how much time people should have, especially if they're champion. Because there was a time when the champion was on television every week, and every show. Maybe not house shows, but you saw definitely a lot of them. And, I totally understand it's a different world, and these guys have different things that they, are getting into, acting or whatever, business ownership, I don't know, whatever. So, you need a lot more time, and, there's only so much time, obviously. So, I get it. It sucks, but I get it.
But he's the tribal chief. Dude.
He's the fucking tribal chief, so he can do whatever the fuck he wants. Yeah.
Until somebody else takes the place at the head of the table, he can.
Well, you see that GIF down there of.
He runs the table, dude.
Yeah. I don't know.
You think The Rock's gonna come take him out?
When here's the thing, when you're talking about Roman and The Rock, I just don't see how anybody would be able to beat The Rock unless he puts them over, which I think would be the idea, is that The Rock would put Roman over. But then, what does that do for Roman? He's already making headlines with the length of 4 fucking years now. He's been champion straight. Yeah. So, yeah, and, when we're celebrating his first pin, like Jay did back a few months ago, it's like, I don't know, man. And then of course,
there's all the shenanigans and everything.
Right, that's what and then there's all the bullshit and all the fucking new additions coming over from AEW. Yes, I'm talking about Cody, and I'm talking about fucking Punk. And all those people coming over. So, it's the good thing is they got a lot to work with in terms of matches. I do not think WrestleMania will suck this year either night. I think it's going to be incredible, whatever they come up with just from the roster. So, I hope some of the younger guys, I don't know, and the Waller thing, I apologize if I freaked out a little bit, because I like the guy, and I think he's a solid wrestler, and I don't want him to get fucking canceled, because these people are fucking PC, and they're fucking, I'll sue your ass, and this and that shit. So that's where I was coming from.
The whole thing's a work.
I'm sorry. I hope it is. If it is, I will gladly eat shit. Because if it was a work, it was a great one, and you got me. So again, all the best to I like Grayson Waller, and I want him to keep going. He's good. We need that talent.
What's his finisher?
The Waller effect? Is that? I don't know.
Him and Austin Theory and that.
I thought it had something to do with walls or something.
McDonut. They all seem like the same person to me.
I can totally see that. They do kind of blend almost, like you split them in two. I was so happy to see Nick Nemeth, formerly WWE's Dolph Ziggler, make his amazing debut in TNA Wrestling. Of course, many of you know we've reported on this show Dolph Ziggler was released by the WWE last year. And again, I think it was the best thing that could happen to him. Because obviously he's gone, and TNA's numbers are now the best they've ever been. Their buy rates are incredible, and yada, 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 on and on and on.
Never watched much TNA.
I don't watch much TNA. I know the main players a little bit.
That was Moose, right?
He's talking to Moose, right. Who's, I guess, he's the big dog.
Big Moose.
Big Moose dog. Big Moose dog. That's like Sammy. You're Sammy, not my Sammy. I wish Nick all the best. I think he'll do great wherever he is. I've said that since the start. I think WWE totally misused him.
His hair's never looked better, dude.
Dude, his hair is wavy as fuck. You could put that guy in a Pantene Pro V commercial. Yeah, that's one of the things that I noticed as well, Christian. So good eye.
It looks silky smooth like Hulk
It does, yeah. It looks like Hogan's. Well, I figured since we discussed it last week, we should probably talk about it this week. We had
I mean, it sounds like it might be okay.
We have gameplay here that we. I fucked it up again. Wow. The same story headline.
The new Indiana Jones game was revealed in a Xbox Direct.
Yes,
a developer Direct.
Yes.
Like a Nintendo Direct from Xbox.
Correct.
I don't think it's called Xbox Direct, but it should be.
It should be, yeah. It sounds right. Lucasfilm and Bethesda Games revealed the first ever gameplay for the new Indiana Jones game and they had it down here, Christian. You're right, Xbox Developer Direct 2024. This was announced.
And one of the big news, I think, was that it's like mostly first person.
It is mostly first person, which I'm not sure I'm down with. I'm really like third person. Really,
it gets you. I think it's more immersive sometimes.
Maybe.
And
let me ask you something. Do you think is that Harrison Ford voicing Indy? Do you think?
No, they've said no.
Okay,
it's Troy Baker.
Sure.
He's another voice actor guy from games.
Well, he sounds like fucking Indiana Jones the way he should sound. That's why I say it was very pleasant to hear Indiana Jones sound like Indiana Jones and not old Harrison Ford.
Some people are saying it looks like the Riddick games that were on Xbox, I think, back in the day that were really good.
A little bit, yeah. They were first person, yeah. And they were fucking nuts. Some of the missions for those that I recall. But anyway, you could check out the trailer. It's on our Facebook page. I'm excited because it's Indiana Jones, and I'll always support Indy, so I'll probably get it.
And it's going to be on Game Pass. I don't know if it'll sell Xboxes, but it'll definitely sell Game Pass.
Well, I've already got that, so I win. All right. Fuck me. Halo Season 2. We kind of discussed it last week in a joking manner. And then all these headlines started coming out about people being pissed off that he continues to remove his fucking helmet.
I like the quote he had, dude, about like how it's impossible to do long-term storytelling with the helmet.
Well, tough shit. I mean, you're not looking to win the Oscar here, bro. Okay, you're playing. It's just like Pedro with Mando. You know what I mean? It's like, we know Pedro's great. Yeah, and we know Pedro can fucking do anything and anything. I mean, let's face it.
Forget about Mando. I was thinking about Dredd, but Mando, yeah, that proves that it's a series.
Dredd too. Carl Urban, he can fucking do anything except Johnny Cage. And so, you know, we'll get into that.
Well, I was just saying that one's a movie, so with Mandalorian, that's even a better comparison.
Yeah. So, you know, I mean, I wouldn't hire a guy who has to act with his face for a role. Apparently, that's what he's saying, right? Apparently, he can't do long-term acting without his face. So
you gotta have the face.
I gotta have my face
to act. I can't act without my face, dude.
How does Nicolas Cage do it?
The face is the main. You focus on the face when you act. The face is like trying to act without a voice, dude.
It's so ridiculous. You know, and it just, the problem is it fucks up everything, right? Because that just, like myself, it turns me off on the show because you're not keeping up with the continuity of what it's based off of. Maybe I'm being...
he doesn't take it off in the game that much, does he?
I don't think I ever saw him take it off in any of the games.
Yeah, why does he need to take it off? Can't he just go on missions? What is this TV show about?
Again, I don't care about his fucking personal life or his sex life. Apparently he's having sex on the show too now.
Yeah, he's making love.
Jesus Christ. I mean,
love. Halo love.
Why do I feel like people think I'm the crazy one?
Like, what is this show?
Anyway.
Have they even played the game?
No, they haven't. And that's why they're probably watching. It's because they haven't played the game and don't know anything about it. Mm-hmm. Again, you know, this is a personal, private preference. With me, you know, you got to get the basics right first before I'll even humor it with my time. I'll be honest, when I heard about Mando and I heard about that fucker getting cast as him, I was nervous. I was like, man, he's going to have his fucking helmet off a lot, and that is not how Mandalorians live. You know, that's the helmet's the deal. And they respected that. Now, I think that's more Favreau than Pedro, but still. If you don't get the basics right, I'm not interested. Anyway, Halo Season 2, Paramount Plus. I believe it's coming out, or it's already out. I think it's already out. Streaming on Paramount Plus.
Don't have it at the moment.
I think I'm in a lull with it, too.
Sitting on the throne in that picture, dude.
With his helmet off.
With his helmet off, yeah, of course.
With his helmet off. Again, what the fuck? Do you know how much more badass that image would have looked with his fucking helmet on? But no, you got to show the fucking face. Got to have the FaceTime like it's fucking 1983.
Yeah, dude. You
and
see that
Sylvester
expression
Stallone
he's
making fucking
dude?
Dread. I don't give a shit about his expression. It just makes
then he
me
doesn't
mad
even do
talking
anything
about
with his face, dude. He's just sitting there with his face. He doesn't even act with it.
That's what I'm saying. It's stupid and worthless, and you're just hurting this franchise is all you're doing at this point. Daisy Ridley is about to have a considerably better life than she ever knew could exist. That's the only way I can
talked about it last
story.
week, dude. Getting those Star Wars paychecks. We didn't realize how big it was.
$12.5 million for New Jedi Order. Now, let me ask you.
They say that's what Roby made for Barbie.
Right.
And nobody else gets. Well, they had a list of other people getting paid close to that.
Close to it, but nothing like.
There's like.
Yeah, right. Let me ask you something.
Especially when she first started making with a few 100,000.
Right, exactly. I mean, and that's what I put in the rundown sheet was her fucking salary almost like 5 or 6 times, I think.
10 times.
Yeah, 10 times. Yeah, almost 10 times. Probably. You're probably not far off. That's probably about right. So let me ask you. I want to ask you a question. Do you think that amount is because they had to show her that to even get her back? Like after the last 3 and the kind of sour taste that it put in people's mouths, do you think that is how that number got? Because, I mean, come on, they couldn't have started off there, right? I mean, give me a break. I mean, that had to be, I would think, and I don't know, what the fuck do I know? But,
I don't know, man, because I think she'd be desperate too, so I don't know.
But at the same time, she's the kind of actress that I can see being like, no, I don't want to go back to that, and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, but remember I was saying I haven't seen her in anything else.
True, but again, because...
I checked her IMDb, dude. There wasn't much there.
Did you double check it?
Weird shorts and stuff.
Well, again,
I don't think she gets as much work as you presume.
I don't know. I don't think she gets it work. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying because they structured those last films around her so much, they want to continue that storyline. You almost have to have her, right?
Still has a lot of appeal, and they're banking on her.
Okay. Yeah. Time will tell, but we just wanted to cover her insane payday and good for Daisy. Good for Daisy. We've learned that Jason Reitman, the director of the Ghostbusters Afterlife and upcoming Frozen Empire film, his next project will be a film based on the early days of Saturday Night Live. This would have been around 1975. As a matter of fact, the running title or working title of this concept is SNL 1975, and it would basically follow the cast of creator Lorne Michaels' hit sketch comedy.
Their background people, like the network executives,
Dick Ebersol, right? Who people know, I'm sure, he was a longtime NBC network exec. So this looks interesting, and something I would not mind learning about. Especially something so iconic and the people that were involved at first. And I'm not just talking about the actors. You know, I mean, there was groundbreaking all over this show. It wasn't just with the actors.
Yeah, so, they said it was funny back then,
yeah.
so maybe this would be funny too.
Right, exactly. So I'm all for it. Jason Reitman, he hasn't let me down yet. Of course, the son of the late Ivan Reitman.
Another Nepo baby. That's all they are. Hollywood full of them.
That's all they are. Christian, you know I was excited. Tron 3 has began filming production.
Tron 3 again.
Tron 3 again. Sorry, screen crashed.
Jared Leto.
Didn't crash for you, but it crashed for me.
Jared Leto's going to be there.
Yes.
He's filming this movie for Tron 3.
Yes, Jared Leto will be there. Can you see the screen, Christian?
No, he's actually changing his name to Jared Letron.
You can't see my screen?
No, I just see a black screen.
All right.
Stop sharing and then share a new one.
I'm working on it.
Well, you're still sharing. There, something's changing. Now it's like a blue screen. Oh, there it is. There he is.
Good. All right. Anyway, Tron 3.
Ronin.
Huh?
It says week 1 on the grid, baby.
Back on the grid. End of
I gotta
line,
quit moving
man.
closer to the mic. I'm gonna get too loud.
I keep going down. Like I gotta get a new chair.
Yeah. Support GeekZip.
Support GeekZip. We need new furniture, chairs, and such. Because
new subscribers too. We want to get that subscription count up, baby.
It'd be nice to have some of those. I'm not gonna lie. So we were talking about it, and Godzilla -1 is now a global phenomenon. It has reached a milestone as having $100 million worldwide. It's the highest grossing Japanese language movie released in North America and the 5th highest grossing foreign language film in North America.
So we know that it is in foreign language now, right?
Yes. That confirms that. I've seen what little I've seen. It looks incredible. You are awfully vocal today, girl. Shut up.
I heard that one a little bit.
Anyway, check out Godzilla -1. It looks incredible. I really hope I get a chance to see it. I'm waiting on it for digital, but they just never release it.
Why don't you go to the theater for that one?
I don't want to.
That one you'd want to see in the theater because it's big Godzilla on big screen?
I don't care. I'm like you, man. It takes a lot to get me to the theater. A lot.
I know, but I figure that would be a good one.
That's close. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
Maybe it's the language. Just you don't want the language either.
No, I don't mind that. I really don't. I don't. Because I one of my favorite movies of all time is Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and when that came out, it was subtitled. Yeah. And so I'm kind of used to it, honestly.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, but it's the idea of going out. Honestly, people are assholes. Everybody hates each other.
Too expensive.
Yeah, money.
Now this story, I did watch this when we got caught up on the
you shared this. I did not see the clip, but I've always thought that it was bullshit.
Well, they talk about like the.
Let's tell them what we're talking about. The Always Sunny cast, Always Sunny in Philadelphia, were presenters at the Emmys this year, and they came out and made a speech. Go ahead, Christian. Now go ahead.
They talked about like they were joking about like, oh, you guys do this every year, and then they're talking to Danny DeVito, and they're like, you won awards? He's like, yeah, I got one for Taxi. Yeah. And they're like, how many years was Taxi on? He's like, 4 or 5, and then he's like, yeah, I got like 30 nominations and 18 awards or something, and they start talking about like
it's ridiculous.
Our show's been on 16 years and has got 0 nominations. They're like the math is wrong.
There are so many shows out there, and that's why honestly that's why a lot of people don't fucking watch these award shows, right? And I can't blame the award because there's so much. Right? And it's like you forget other things. People get so caught up binging that, shows come and go while they're binging what they're watching, and it's just really it's a crazy time in television and film. I mean, it's a crazy time. So anyway, I have not watched the clip. I'm sure it's hilarious, and they fucking have an absolute 100% right point. It is a show that's been on for 16 years and as popular as they are, and some of the writing on some of those shows are fucking some of the best comedy I've ever seen in my life. And I know Christian would back me up on that. So
and some of the cinematography and everything.
That's what I'm saying. It's ridiculous.
Episodes.
It's ridiculous.
That Charlie Work been
nominated. Yeah. Yeah. Or Rob's writing. I mean, again, like I said, it's just. I saw this and I rolled my eyes. I thought it was funny they were poking fun at it because that's who they are. But again, it just kind of made me go, fucking bastards, because it's like, yeah, these guys worked their ass. Came from nothing. Got hardly any support, was told to shut it down on multiple occasions early on, made it better, brought Danny DeVito out of retirement to act permanently on this series. Never got a fucking nod. I don't blame him. I would have been like violent with it. I would have been like, you fucking bastard.
They're like, I'm going to steal something from the back.
Yeah, good. They should steal one of the fucking Emmys and put it in the bar in one of the episodes. That'd be hilarious.
I think they were making references to the Martin Lawrence show. Did Martin ever get Emmy nominations either?
I don't know. My God. I mean, same thing. If he didn't get any, that's crazy because that show was fucking hilarious. Speaking of hilarious, Seth MacFarlane's, not Seth MacFarlane, not Spawn.
Oh, I had to look up how to spell.
Todd.
I had to look up how to spell McCready from The Thing. It's like
it's Macready. Yeah, it's Macready.
Macready.
You got to have the A in there though. That's the trick. M
and
little A.
R-E-A-D, dude. R-E-A-D too. I was putting the McCready like Creed and stuff.
Yeah. It's an anomaly.
And then I thought the other guy's name was Childs. It's Childs.
Yeah.
With a D.
It's Childs with a D?
Yeah, with a D. Yeah, I thought it was Childs, but it's a D. Childs.
Huh. I guess it does have his name on the tape when they're doing the blood test, doesn't it?
Probably in the credits, too.
Probably, yeah. The new Ted prequel on Peacock, which I have not watched. Did you say you watched some of it?
I've watched the first episode.
Okay. Is it an episode-to-episode show, or is the whole thing on there?
It's out already. Okay. It's all out.
This is a prequel show based on the films with Mark Wahlberg that portray this animatronic teddy bear. Is it animatronic or is it just to life? I mean,
it's come to life, dude. It was his teddy bear.
Yeah, I don't think you're ever really given an explanation, but who cares? It doesn't matter. Anyway, the film
like a robot, like Megan.
Yeah, no, it's not like Mithrigan. So again, it broke the records for streaming on Peacock. The new series did, which I mean, it's been a while since the Ted movies, and there's no Wahlberg this time. It's just the bear, right? There's no. Is Seth still voicing?
Yeah,
the bear. Okay. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't seen it. I haven't even watched.
I think he did motion capture for it too.
Holy shit! Really? That's crazy.
Maybe facial expressions. I don't know.
Maybe. They say that the success is unlikely to lead to a third film, but it does look good for a potential continuation of the series beyond what they're doing currently, which I think was just kind of a one-off prequel idea from what they say here. So we'll see.
It's a funny enough show. I watched it twice.
Yeah.
I showed it to somebody else.
What'd they think?
They thought it was okay. They were like, take it or leave it.
I mean, I love anything that's original, and, prequel stuff is usually pretty original. Christian, do you know this guy, Billy Mitchell? Have you heard him before I shared our prep with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a liar and a cheater.
Yeah, that's kind of how I remember it.
Well, apparently they just settled and he got his Donkey Kong scores reinstated on this website, but not like on their current records,
right?
On their like historical records. So They kind of still are just like, Yeah, it doesn't matter. You're on our page.
Yeah, kind of to shut him up. Yeah.
You're not put back into like first place on the leaderboard.
Right. There was a documentary some years ago called King of Kong, and it basically was this documentary about the man who held the highest score, never been surpassed, in the video game Donkey Kong.
Well, I was watching a video by somebody that's talking about how he's using this, and like this article is doing him a favor by making it sound like he's been proven to not be a liar and a cheater. He's been reinstated.
Well, and so that's one of the reasons I wanted to talk about
again and getting people to believe it.
That's one of the reasons I wanted to talk about it, because the title of the story makes him look like some big fucking hero. That he was denied something that was his. Well, not really. They basically placated a liar, is what they did here. I can't think of a better way to say it than that. So, F you, Billy Mitchell.
Don't believe the hype.
Don't believe the hype. Well, we were kind of talking about it, Christian, about what Christopher Landon, the director for Scream #7, who we know left.
Yeah, I read stuff about that girl the other day too, Melissa Barata or whatever.
What'd you read?
She was meeting up with all the people, and she was just talking about how she's got to, stand up for what she believes in and stuff.
Right. Okay.
Oh, Barbara Eden's going to be at the Comic-Con?
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Burn it down, we're going to talk about it. So this guy, Christopher Landon, he's got a new project.
That's right. Freaky and Happy Death Day director Christopher Landon is working on a new werewolf film after his departure from Scream 7.
Little Baby Wolf.
No.
Little Baby Wolf. Little Good Wolf. That's what it is. No, it's Big Bad.
Big
Not
Bad.
Even Wolf, it's just called Big Bad.
Just Big Bad.
Big Bad. Big Bad, chase me.
Big Bad, chase me.
Big Bad, chase me.
Oh, Lord.
Big Bear chase me, dude. That's
big old bear.
Not Goldbear. Goldberg? Goldberg.
Fans of the show She-Hulk were disappointed last week to discover that there unfortunately will not be a second season of the Disney Plus streaming show.
I don't know if that's actually been announced so much as the actress saying, I don't think it's going to happen.
Well, here's something I did not know. The visual effects, and I mean, I knew it had skyrocketed, but I had no idea how much. That show, one season of it, cost them $225 million. That's a fucking box office opening.
Yeah.
So,
and it's funny how bad it was. They make fun of MCU for paying so much for visual arts that
right.
when other people seem to get it done a lot better and cheaper.
Exactly right. And this goes back to, I think, what me and you talk about all the time, that it's not always about what it looks like. The content has to matter. And, if you don't have a solid story, or if you're adapting something and you're not adapting it in the way that the fans will appreciate, it's going to fall on its fucking ass every time. Every time. You could give someone $1 billion to go make a show, and if it's not a good story, they don't invest in the characters, and you don't capture their passion, it's going to fail every time.
I like She-Hulk. I'd watch season 2.
I do too. No, I'm saying that, like you said, do you think that it had to necessarily be that expensive? I mean, it wasn't really, I think it was expensive because they had to go in and re-fucking-do her from when they first came out. If you recall, nobody liked the way she looked. So they had to go back in and do it again, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know how much of that is part of that.
How much did Sonic cost?
Yeah. Oh, God damn, I don't even want to look at that shit.
Well, I mean, it'd be interesting to compare it because it's probably less than this. It's like, why is the MCU paying so much for VFX?
I don't know. I do not know.
It sounds like a scam, dude.
Could be. All right. We're just about at time, so we'll go ahead and mention a couple more things here, and then we will wrap her on up. I'm opening the links right now.
I'm hungry.
Anyway, trying to anyway. The last thing we'll talk about is David Ayer, who recently came out and said that he is done with superhero films. I
thought he was just done with DC. He's done with superhero films entirely.
That's how I read it.
I didn't read it. You said it.
Okay. Oh, no, you're right. Done with DC. Sorry. And this refers to the idea that there's an Ayer cut of the Suicide Squad, the movie that he made when he was a part of the MCU, the DCEU. So, Screen Rant caught up with David and had a discussion on the issue of superhero fatigue. Now, we've talked about this a couple times on this show. I definitely feel like that's happening. I feel like it has been happening for the last year at least, maybe even before that.
Yeah, I disagree with it, but it's happening.
Explain. What do you mean you disagree with it, but it's happening? What do you mean?
I wish it wasn't.
No. But why is it happening? Is more of the question I want to have answered. Is it happening because there's so much, or is it because there's so much and it's so much shit?
Both.
Easy.
It's
answer.
hard. You can't. I mean, even if there's hard to find the good ones in so much crap.
Well, in this article in particular, and
then there's just so much crap. You just assume that the rest of them are crap.
Right. That's true. I mean, guilt by association definitely comes into play.
I mean, what about that Aquaman movie? Is that one? Would you like that one, or
probably?
You don't think?
I think I would. I just haven't seen it yet.
I think you would too. But again, people are just
Aquaman is a lot different than a Spider-Man or a Superman or a Batman. It's a lot harder, and I mean, you're talking about, and DC has even fucking said this, probably the hardest character to adapt to feature-length film that they have in Aquaman. Because he's been interpreted so many ways over the years. He's been like the fucking cruel king, the goofy adventurer, the fucking, justice warrior for the ocean. I mean, there's a lot of iterations of Aquaman.
Yeah, but he's still a superhero, so he gets hit by the superhero fatigue.
No. I'm sorry. I got off on a soapbox about Aquaman.
Yeah, no.
No. I'm not saying that's the reason. I'm saying that,
You're like, he's difficult to write for. I'm like, come on, dude. We're talking about the superhero fatigue.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's a different topic I was going off on. Thank you. Yeah, there's just, when you have how many have you ever counted, and I'm talking to listeners, not you, how many streaming shows there are, how many TV shows there are, how many films there are of certain things, all concurrently happening at the same time. If you did that, I think you'd be surprised by how much there is. Now,
I think another thing is comparing it to what was great, like comparing everything to like Endgame,
Great point. Great point. Now, I think that this superhero fatigue, and I'm like you, I agree with it. I don't like it, or I disagree with it, but it is happening. But I can also kind of see why it's happening. After Endgame, I think, and you may have a difference of opinion, but that's kind of when I started noticing a difference in myself in what I wanted to see. I felt, and I've said this before, I think Endgame is a victim of its own success because it's so good and so built up perfectly. Each layer, go ahead.
I was going to say it. I think you're saying it's not the victim so much as the whole genre,
right,
is a victim,
right. I think some of it is also that in the beginning, I don't think anyone could have anticipated how popular this movement would become. And when I say the beginning, I'm talking about like fucking Iron Man, Sam Raimi Spider-Man, Blade, I mean, going back that far, when it first started. That's what I mean, people say Iron Man is the birth, but they were making superhero movies before Iron Man. They had Fantastic Four and X-Men and fucking, several. But they weren't as frequent. I think that is a big part of it. I remember, but even between Sam's Spider-Man films, you had to wait a couple years for that shit. So that when it came around again, you almost had forgot about it. Right? You almost had been like, oh, they tied that off, it's over. Because that was the thing about Sam's movies. Is he always made it, I felt, that it could either be tied off right there or it could have a sequel. Which I think all directors should do. So when you think about the amount of time between then and now, and I'm talking that was fucking 2000, so you're talking over 20 years, they've done a lot, but it's become so diluted. And I'm talking about quality, and the problem becomes, yes, you may find those special up-and-coming writers that are going to become the next fucking Josh Whedon or Kevin Feige, or
I think it helps to have a standout look too. Like, everything kind of looks the same.
Absolutely.
Except for like Spider-Verse.
Right. And I think that's why you make a great point. When Guardians came along, right? And now it's straight up VFX. There's no fucking Earth, right? There's no fucking you can't shoot on location, is what I'm saying. And then they constantly had to up themselves each time leading up to Endgame. And then put everything into Endgame. And it works so perfectly. But
I think Guardians does a good job of standing out with their colors they use in there.
Sure. No, but that's what I'm saying. That I was making an example of the films you're talking about that stood out because.
I was just saying a side note.
Right. And Suicide Squad, very similar to what you're saying. It was colorful. It was kind of lesser known characters. It wasn't as serious. There was less VFX. There was more acting. That's, I think, the key is that there's too many goddamn hands in the pot. You're
talking about the non-Will Smith Suicide Squad, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, I am. Again, sadly, I do think, and even filmmakers, I think, are experiencing this, where people approach them with a project that has some kind of superhero involved. They're just like, nope. Because they've seen the fucking... First of all, these studios don't treat these directors very fucking well. That's no secret. They don't leave them alone. They're always all over them about the content and to change it. Half the money they say that these directors blow, they've blown because they've asked for these stupid changes that aren't necessary.
Yeah, blowers.
Yeah, blowhards. Fuck you. So anyway, I think we are going through superhero fatigue. I hope that it passes. I know it's going to take something. It's going to take something.
I think that one of the best things is, like you were saying, is slowing it down.
I agree, and more time between stuff. Make people wait. People are so. That's, I think, is the biggest problem. Is that people are so scared of making the fans wait. They think that we're going to like revolt and be like, "Where's my fucking Batman? God damn it!" That's not how I am with Matt Reeves. Right? I'm like, dude, take your fucking time. Please, get it right. I care way more about that than how fast I see it. But I'm a 40-year-old man.
You're like, get it done. We need the money.
No, I'm not.
No, you're not. You're not that guy.
Apparently, that's where I'm wrong.
So last week we talked about this event, but we didn't know Matt was going to be there.
Didn't know Jeff was going to be there.
No, we knew Jeff.
Yeah, you're right. No, Matt. I didn't think Matt was going to be there. My understanding from Earl was it was just Jeff. And
we're talking about a Hardy Boys meet and greet on February 24th.
This is happening at the Elks Lodge in Ashland, Kentucky, 222 16th Street, Ashland.
AK said he does play music too.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
So maybe.
Might see some tunes. It's right off Greenup Avenue, just when you get off the bridge in Ashland. The meet and greet is happening on February 24th.
Does it have a price on there?
I think he's figuring that out. It's 11 to 2 p.m. I said February 24th, right?
February 24th, and the concert is February 23rd.
Okay, so that's the tricky thing. The concert with Matt and Jeff, I assume, is going to be taking place 7 p.m. at the Elks Lodge in Ashland. That's the 222 16th Street in Ashland, Kentucky. The meet and greet, I think, is taking place at
24th.
The 24th, the following day. So
at the Time Warp Mall location.
Right.
Ashland Mall location.
Right. So yeah, Jeff and Matt Hardy, and Jeff has already done several online videos talking about coming to Ashland and talking about Ashland. So
that's cool.
That's definitely a once in a lifetime, guys. If you get a chance, you should definitely go get something signed or talk to them or get a picture taken or whatever. Again, Earl with Time Warp, always coming through with the cool shit.
We should go to the concert, dude.
Maybe.
Be my birthday present.
You know I don't like to go out. Another thing that Earl is organizing is the Time Warp Gaming Con. This is coming up February 16th, and it will take place at the Boyd Convention and Arts Center, Christian. That's where we held the Bluegrass WrestleCon event. There will be a wrestling event there. Head Games is the name of it. The convention will open at 5 p.m. The bell time for the wrestling is 7 p.m. Get this, all tickets $5. That's pretty kick-ass. Going to have gaming, role-playing, D&D, tables on demand. Just a lot of fun stuff. Brought to you by our friends at ACW Wrestling and, of course, Earl and the good folks over at Time Warp, which not only does collectibles and stuff like that I like, but they also do video games and any video game you want. I don't know if you've ever been to that.
You think they'll have video games for sale there?
Absolutely. Yep.
What about board games? You think they'll sell board games?
Yep. I think they'll have all that. I don't have a list of the vendors, but I think that was the idea, is that it would be that's how he presented. He told me it'd be like a Comic-Con but video games.
Cool.
So anyway, get more info at our Facebook, or you can head online, look up Time Warp Ashland, ASHLAND, and get all the information on that. That is all I got, Christian. That'll be the events, and that's all. What do you got?
That'll be all. That'll be the events.
Anyway, we got it. Don't forget, look us up online, Podomatic.com, PODOMATIC.com /GeekZip podcast.
I'm waiting on this snow to melt, dude.
Hopefully, Christian will return to the cave next week. Again, if you are having snow out there and very cold temperatures, please be safe. We appreciate you listening. We appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next week.